What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and it's time for our final power ranking video heading into week 6 of the season. We're going to do the Big 12 here. We've done every other Power 5 conference, so let's get right into it. And also later today, we'll have our upset alert video, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. All right, power rankings here in the Big 12. Number 1, Oklahoma, TCU number 2. And again, we're doing these in tiers now, and I think these are the two clear best teams right now. Is TCU going to stay up there? Well, we'll probably find out this weekend as they take on West Virginia in what's probably the game of the week. Still not a lot of big games again this week. It's 2 weekends in a row where we are lacking a little bit. But Oklahoma, the clear favorite right now. TCU, with that win over Oklahoma State, looks to be right up there with them. So these are definitely the top 2 teams in the Big 12 right now. And we're going to move on now to the other 2 teams that I think have a chance to win the Big 12, and that's number 3, West Virginia, number 4, Oklahoma State. Both teams already have a loss, but everybody else in the Big 12 has a loss except for Oklahoma and TCU, so they're still up here even with the 1 loss. West Virginia, the loss to Virginia Tech week 1, they seem like they've played better since that loss. Will Grier has really been good for them. Oklahoma State, I know they got beat up pretty bad by TCU, but you cannot count them out. I think they still have a chance to rise up to the top. And again, the top 2 teams in the rankings play in the Big 12 championship this year, so that's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. I still kind of think it's going to be Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, but we shall see. All right, Texas at number 5. They are on the move up because of that good defense. They played really well against Iowa State on that side of the ball. If they can figure out some offense, they could potentially, pull off some big wins here in the Big 12. Don't count them out of the conference race either, because they have not lost a conference game. You never know. Kansas State at 6. They got a win over Baylor. It wasn't that great of a win. Still a lot of question marks about this team and how good they're going to be. They've been a disappointment, honestly, so far. But I did move them up to number 6. Texas Tech comes in at number 7. Honestly, Texas Tech may be better than Texas and Kansas State. But again, on the power rankings, we put an emphasis on the previous week, the last week of the season. And because of their loss to Oklahoma State, while it was a close loss, they still lost that game. Texas and Kansas State won. So these 3 teams, I think you can group them together right now. But really, Texas Tech, again, might be the best of these 3 teams. We'll see after we see a few more games here in the Big 12. Bottom 3 teams, and really you could probably put Kansas down there by themselves because, well, I don't know, Baylor's pretty bad too. Iowa State, I don't think is as bad as Baylor and Kansas. I know I've got these teams grouped together. I guess you could put Iowa State by themselves ahead of Baylor and Kansas, but I just went ahead and did them all on the same page. Iowa State, I mean, they're not looking horrible. They just, I don't know. It's a tough team to figure out. They played an overtime game against Iowa, played Texas pretty tough, especially their defense played well in that one. A lot of interceptions, and that really cost them in the game. Baylor is just struggling right now. They're playing better. They're getting close. And I think eventually they're going to break through and get a big win somewhere here in the Big 12. And Kansas just keeps on being Kansas. They're just not very good. We'll see how it plays out. I still think Kansas is the worst team. Some people are probably going to argue Baylor is, but we'll see when the 2 teams face off against each other. But that's going to do it for this week's Power Rankings. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports YouTube channel. The Upset Alert video is coming up very soon.